Hello viewers, I'm Kausalya. Today we are going to solve problems in exercise 12.1. Problem 1 is the radii of two circles are 19 centimeter and 9 centimeter respectively. Find the radius of the circle which has circumference equal to the sum of the circumference of the two circles. So here the thing is we are provided with radii of two circles, right? So we are having two circles. One radius is 19 centimeter and another circle radius is 9 centimeters. Find the radius of the circle. We have to find the radius of another circle which has circumference equal to the sum of the circumference of the two circles. So here the thing is, you see here comes the word sum, right? So here we have to find the sum of the circumference of the two circles. This is our first priority, right? So what is the formula for circumference? It is nothing but circumference is given by 2 pi r, right? So here in this problem you see, okay, we are considering let R1 be 19 centimeter and let R2 be 9 centimeter. That is, this is the radius of first circle and this is the radius of the second circle. So here we are going to find circumference, right? Because we have to find the sum of the circumference. So circumference is given by 2 pi R1. What is the value of R1? It is 19. Just substitute. Similarly here R2 is 9. And C2, that is circumference of the circle 2 is 2 pi R2. So R2 is 9. So just substitute, right? Here we have to find the sum. Sum is nothing but you have to add, right? Just add these two values. So sum of the circumference of the two circles. So here if you add, that is C1 plus C2, right? 2 pi 19 plus 2 pi 9. So here you can take this 2 pi commonly outside. So the remaining terms will be 19 plus 9. So here it is 2 pi into 28. Right. So this is the sum of the circumference of the two circles and this is equal to circumference of the new circle. Okay, can you get? We are finding the sum of the circumference of the two circles we had did. Right. Then that is equal to the circumference of some other circle. Right. So, this sum of the circumference is equal to circumference of the new circle, right? So, circumference of the new circle is, this is given by the formula 2 pi r, right? So, here the value is 2 pi into 28, both are equal. This is the statement which is given in the problem. We have to find the radius of the new circle. So, since these two values are equal, 2 pi cancels each other and finally the radius of the circle is 28 centimeters. Right. Problem number 2. The radii of two circles are 8 centimeter and 6 centimeter respectively. So find the radius of the circle having area equal to the sum of the areas of the two circles. Right. So the first problem discusses about circumference and here the second problem deals with the area, right? So first we have to find the area, right? Area of circle 1 and area of circle 2 and then we have to add. So directly I had taken sum of the areas of the two circles, right? So area is given by the formula pi r square. So here we have to sum. So we are taking, let the radius of the first circle be r1 and radius of the second circle be r2. So when you add the areas, obviously the formula will be pi r1 square plus pi r2 square, right? So here pi is common, so just take pi outside. So r1 square plus r2 square. What is r1? It is 8 and r2 is 6, right? So just substitute the values. So 8 square is 64 and this 6 square will be 36. So when you add here, we are getting the value as 100 pi, right? This is the sum of the areas of the area of the two circles, right? And this is equal to the area of the new circle. Okay, that is the thing which is given in the problem. You see, find the radius of the circle having area which is equal to the sum of the area of the two circles, right? So this area is nothing but which is the area of the new circle. So we know the area, so we can easily find the value of radius, right? So area is given by the formula pi r square, and here the value of the area is 100 pi. So pi cancels, the value of r square is 100, and when you take the square root of 100, the value of r is 10 centimeters, right? So problem number 2 is over here. We will move on with the next one. So we discuss about problem number 5, right? So here the problem number 5 is, you see, if the perimeter and the area of the circle are numerically equal, then the radius of the circle is. So here perimeter is given and area is given, okay, and these two are said to be numerically equal, right? Then we have to find the radius. So regarding a circle, perimeter is given by the formula 2 pi r, right, which is nothing but the circumference, and area of the circle is given by, this is given by pi r square, right? And you see, this perimeter of the circle is equal to the area of the circle, right? So when these two things are equal, we can equate it, right? So 1 is equal to 2 because that is given in the problem, and we have to find the radius. What is the value of radius will be. So here you see pi cancels each other, and this r and r square will cancel, and here we will be having the value of 2 is equal to r. So we can simply write the value of radius r is equal to, which is 2 units, right? So this problem gets over here. We will proceed with the next one. We will proceed with problem number 4, right? The problem is, the wheels of a car are of diameter 80 centimeter each, right? We are having a car, and the wheel of the car is having has a diameter of 80 centimeter. How many complete revolutions does each wheel make in 10 minutes when the car is traveling at the speed of 66 km per hour? So here the thing is, we have to find how many revolutions does the wheel of the car makes in 10 minutes if the car runs at a speed of 66 km per hour. I hope you people understand this. We are having a car, right? And that car, what do you mean by complete revolution? That is the whole thing. We are having a wheel like this, right? This wheel, the revolution is how many times it rotates, right? How many, it will be moving like this, right? The same thing. So how many revolutions does the wheel of a car makes in 10 minutes if the car speed is 66 km per hour, right? This is the thing. So here the first thing is, you see, the diameter is given 80 centimeter, and therefore we are finding the radius. So which is d by 2, 80 by 2, that is 40 centimeter, right? So here what do you mean by distance regarding a wheel or regarding a circular path? This is nothing but circumference, right? So here, that is just, you can take a thread and you can measure the circumference of the circle, and that circumference is known as the length, right? So in a previous problem we have already discussed. So distance covered in one revolution is nothing but, this is the circumference of the circle. Am I making sense here? That is, circumference of the circle is nothing but length. Why we are telling it as length here is, just take a rope or take a thread, okay? You just keep this as one point, okay? You just place the thread at this point, you just hold it with one finger, and you just spread the thread over this circular path, okay? And then, that is, just measure it till this path, right? So now if you take the thread or rope and you measure it along the scale, that will give you the length, right? So here, so the distance covered in one revolution, it depends upon the circumference of the circle, right? Because only this part touches the ground and it rotates, right? Say yes or no. So distance covered in one revolution is 2 pi r, right? So here the value of radius is 40. So the distance covered in one revolution is, this covers a distance of 80 pi centimeters, because we are having radius in centimeter. So here the distance covered is 80 pi centimeter. Right. Now the next thing given is 66 kilometer per hour. That is, for 1 hour it covers 66 kilometers. Right. So that is the thing. So you see, 66 kilometer per hour. So what does it mean? For 1 hour the car covers a distance of 66 kilometers. Right. So 1 hour is nothing but 60 minutes. Right. Why we are transforming this to minutes? Because in question we are asked to find the revolutions in 10 minutes, not in hours. Right. That's the reason why we are converting this hour to minute. So here in 1 hour the car covers 66 kilometer. Therefore in 60 minutes, okay, 1 hour is nothing but 60 minutes is equal to 66 kilometer. But what I actually need, I want everything that is in 10 minutes. Therefore here I am dividing this by 6 because I need 10, right? So 60 divided by 6 will give me 10. Therefore when you divide both sides by 6, what happens? 10 minute is equal to 11 kilometers, right? But here I have the unit in centimeters, right? So now I am going to convert this kilometer into centimeter. So here you see 11 into 10 to the power 5, right? So 11 into 10 to the power 5 gives you this in centimeters. Can you get? In 10 minutes, the car covers a distance of this much, 11 into 10 to the power 5 centimeter. Right. So now we have to find the number of revolutions. So you see, total distance is equal to number of revolutions multiplied by distance covered in one revolution. Can you understand this formula? I need the total distance. Right. So number of revolutions into distance covered by one revolution. I'll show you in a simpler way. For example, you see, let the number of revolutions be 100. This is for an example. Okay, don't confuse this with the given problem. So here let the number of revolutions be 100. Right. Multiplied by distance covered in one revolution. Right. Let the distance covered in one revolution is 5. Right, then what will be the total distance? 100 into 5, it will be 500. The same way, here we are asked to find the number of revolutions. So number of revolutions is given by total distance. When you move this to the left hand side, this occupies the denominator part. Okay, total distance by distance covered in one revolution. So here the total distance we already know, right? And distance covered in one revolution we had already calculated. Right. So just substitute the values over here. So when you substitute, you see here again I had taken the value of pi as 22 by 7. Right. So when I move this 7 to the numerator, it occupies the numerator part. Right. So 1150 into 7 divided by 80 into 2. So initially I am solving by 11th table. Right. So 11 2s are 22 and here 111 is 11 followed by the 5 zeros. Right, and the next step is I am again dividing this. I am cancelling the 0 of this 80 and this, and I am cancelling it by 8th table, and finally I am ending up with 625 multiplied by 7. Right. So 625 into 7, that gives me 4375 revolutions. Right. Okay, this is a simple multiplication, right? You can easily do, I believe. 7 5s are 35, 5, remainder 3, 7 2s are 14, 14 plus 3 is 17, so 7, balance 1, 7 6 are 42, 42 plus 1, 43. So 4375 revolutions, right? So number of revolution in 10 minutes is 4375, right? So here comes the end of this problem as well as this video. If you have any doubt, let me know in the comment section. Thank you.